Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Dana Scranton, and welcome to 8 Minute Wisdom, where today's episode is the truth about your side hustle. In the world today, you hear a lot about side hustles. You'll see it on social media. My side hustle is, or hey, ask me about my side hustle. I had a conversation with a young man here just a little while ago. He's in the property management business. And he said, yeah, and I've got a side hustle in this motor oil and automotive products company. And so I had a little conversation with him. And I said, well, that's really cool. How's that going for you? Well, it's just a part-time thing that I kind of do on the side. Okay. So let me reframe that for you. And this is kind of the essence of today's episode. I reframed it for him by saying, well, there's a common ground between these two things. You're in a property management business and you have this side hustle where you're selling automotive products. In both cases, there's a common ground, and that ground is the business you're really in is asset protection, asset preservation, because the properties that you are maintaining have value. And the proficiency that you bring to that task of maintaining those properties retains or increases their value. On the other side, your side hustle is the same thing. The automotive side of that business, whether it's a car, a truck, whether it's personal or it's commercial, that's an asset to the person who owns it and drives it. So you're in the business of protecting and preserving that asset with these high quality products that you are representing. In both cases, it's one thing. You're in a business of protecting, preserving assets. Okay, so what does that have to do with your side hustle? Well, here's the deal. One of the things I've encountered when people talk about side hustles is they trivialize it. In other words, they say, well, I've got this side hustle thing that I'm kind of working on. Well, the kind of working on suggests that it's just a hobby. It's something that has little value. You hope it might spring into something, but that's simply not the case if you're truly desiring to be successful. Now, look at this picture on the screen here. You've got this guy with a briefcase, city skyline in the back. He goes to the office during the day. He comes home at night and he fires up his computer and he goes to work on his side hustle. Well, personally, I kind of don't like the term side hustle. I kind of like the term entrepreneurial venture because that's what you're doing. As an entrepreneur, you're out there finding a way to improve the lives of people somewhere because of what you're doing. Now, let's take another example. Let's say, you see these charts on the wall. Let's say that he's a crypto trader. Well, he's into crypto or he's into other investment vehicles like futures or currencies. And you say, well, that's for him. He's making money that way. Yeah, of course. But here's the deal. There are companies out there, entities that employ people that survive, that thrive, that contribute to the world because you're making money. You're not getting all the money. They're getting part of that profit. Things are happening out there in the wet, wild world of commerce that create benefit for society. Your side hustle does exactly that. When you bring value to anybody, let's say that you make $100,000 in excess income because of your side hustle. What do you do with that money? You inject it into the economy. You see what I mean? Your side hustle is more than just about you. Your side hustle is an entrepreneurial venture where you are having the desired impact on some segment of the population of this world. Desired meaning that you get rewarded for doing what it is you're doing. And if you do it long enough, well enough, smart enough, you end up not having to pack that briefcase and dress up in a suit every day. Your side hustle, your entrepreneurial venture becomes your life. And that's a good thing. So the truth about your side hustle is it's an entrepreneurial venture with the potential for important, invaluable impact on the world, such as you define it. You've heard me say that before. Let me just kind of take a tangent here. When we talk about making an impact on the world, sometimes the people who don't know you well enough and don't really understand where you're coming from will kind of lampoon that and say, oh, the world, oh, wow, man, how are you going to do that as one guy or one gal or one person? Well, that's where you look at them and say, you know, that's a matter of perspective. Because I define my world as, and then you define it to them. Maybe it's the homeless veterans that live in this city. That is my world. Or it's that one person in your life who truly needs who you are for them to grow, to prosper, and to be happy. And yeah, it might be the whole world in some means or manner. But the point being is your entrepreneurial venture has an impact on the world such as you define it. It's not a side hustle. It's an extension of who you are and the value, the dreams, the desires that you want to bring to the world. Well, there you have it. That's today's 8-minute wisdom. So we'll see you out there on that frontier of possibilities where good things happen. And of course, in the next episode. Take care.